Hi everyone, Krazy Dom here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. How are you doing today? So today, review Louisville, Kentucky, a place that I did not expect to go to, but sometimes in life, gotta roll with the punches. So for those of you who have been to Indianapolis, Indiana, for example, Louisville, surprisingly, was kind of similar to Indianapolis. They both had spots of both party and monumental structures there, one way or another, and they both have a very small city vibe, where again, just like almost any small city, everyone recognizes everyone, or at least someone recognizes someone they've never seen before. So there's similarities to that, although that's kind of where the similarities end a bit. By comparison, I found Indianapolis to be more of a industrial city, whereas Louisville seems to be more country-like in its regard. And if there's one other thing that they both unfortunately have in common, because no city is perfect, basically put, if you rush too much to get everything done, you'll be burnt out of things to do, unfortunately. The one thing about Louisville, Kentucky that stood out to me the most, that will resonate in my head more than anything, is hands down the museums. From the Muhammad Ali Center to the Evan Williams Bourbon Experience to the Louisville Slugger Museum, and then last but not least, Churchill Downs, where they have the Kentucky Derby. Now, I did not have the pleasure of watching a derby because, again, this was a last-minute thing for me to go to a city, but at the same time, to take the tours and look at the museum and the history of the derby and all, you know what? Hey, not seeing the derby, okay, boo-hoo, but you know what? It was still enjoyable enough. It has a plethora of history that goes down there, from the bourbon to the baseball bats to Muhammad Ali, Kentucky Derby. You know what? Hey, it really does pack the historical punch to it, so I'll give Louisville that regard to that section. Here is something else about Louisville that's very similar to Indianapolis. Remember the party section that I told you about? Well, in Indianapolis, it's called the Wholesale District. In Louisville, it's called 4th Street Live. Now, 4th Street Live is a very different setup than the Wholesale District. Wholesale District is just one street, solid straight, where you got place after place after place lined up in terms of what you can do, where to party, where to drink. With 4th Street Live, it's a little different. They designed it almost like an outdoor shopping mall. On occasion, especially if the weather is good, weather pending, there are outdoor live performances, hence 4th Street Live. Yeah, 4th Street Live, because there's live performances there outside. And they're not outside, they can be inside. Howl at the Moon, for example, had a lot of cover bands. Sports and Social Club, which is the Dave & Buster's of Louisville, Kentucky. You know, bowling, drinks, food, things of that nature. Maybe not as arcade as Dave & Buster's, it's more of a bar scene, but still, it comes close enough. It does have a bowling alley in it. And last but not least, there's PBR Cowboy. Now, that has two things that are basically Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde about it. Number one, Friday night is somehow not a good night to go there, but Saturday, it really picks up. And I mean, like, people just have fun there, one way or another. And, you know, I rode the bull, or at least I tried to ride the bull. It was not my forte to ride the bull. As far as other things that involve Louisville, Kentucky, you got your typical restaurant, bar, and places to shop type of ordeal going on. You can find them anywhere, but really Bardstown Road is really where you want to go. Bardstown Road is another section, very popular, that has just a long line of places to shop, places to eat. And as far as eating, for those of you who know, I love sushi. I really do. The one thing about sushi that's very interesting about Louisville, Kentucky, they love to set it on fire. And as you can see by these clips, they really do set the damn thing on fire. Like, okay, I mean, that's what they like to do. That's their specialty rolls, that they just have their light up on the table on fire just for you to eat. Never saw anything like it, but okay, fine. That's why you go to select places. So yeah, sushi, fire, goes hand in hand there. Sushi was pretty good. And also your typical burgers, steaks, chicken wings. Louisville is very well-rounded in their food selection. It's not like other cities where they specialize in this food, but yet they're not so good here, and vice versa. Louisville, surprisingly, was very well-balanced in their dietary type of ordeal that they have for food there. Bardstown Road was a lot of fun. They have a great LGBTQ community there, very friendly. I enjoyed myself there. And I gotta tell you, there was a unique experience that I came across when I went to one of the gay bars there. And it's something that I'll be talking to my gay cousin about to articulate and understand what happened. And I mean that in a positive way, of course. So it was a good time, period. And is Louisville the perfect city like Phoenix? Unfortunately not. Okay, Phoenix is still the perfect city that I've been to. Louisville does have its, well, downside, just like most cities in America. One downside that I've seen that I found kind of unique is that pretty much after 11 p.m., many Ubers and Lyfts and taxi services very much die down a lot. Like before 11, you just can't get enough. You order an Uber and there's like 1,000 Ubers around you at like 6, 7, 8, 9 p.m. But after 11, you would have to wait 10, 20 minutes just to get picked up. And I found that very odd because a lot of people stay out till 3, 4 in the morning. So that was kind of odd. Another thing about Louisville is that, remember how I said that you have to take your time getting to know places and enjoy what's there? Well, I'll give you like a movie theater example. When you go to the movies, okay, you would really want to see a movie that's so good that you want to see it more than once, right? Well, imagine that concept, but only the movies are not good enough to see more than once, or at least there's no point to see it again. Doesn't make much of a profit. So when it comes to what they're good at, the museums and the tours that you get, it's solid. But once you do them, that's it. I mean, have kids and bring your kids to the museum. Say, hey kids, this is what I did when I was younger. So until that happens, there's really almost none, or maybe you're on a date and you want to show your date what you've done. But for you yourself, once you complete a museum tour, once you complete the Churchill Downs tours, once you complete a distillery tour, whether it be wine tasting or bourbon tasting, letting you all know that, no disrespect, there's really almost no point of going back for yourself because you know what to expect, you know what's going to be said, and it is what it is. So there's really not much physically else entertainment-wise to do there in Louisville, unfortunately, unless a college game is going on or let's say the Derby's going on. Outside of that, in terms of a unique event, there's really not much. So it is more of a touristy, someone like me coming to town for a weekend type of city than it is someone who lives there all the time. Although the people there were so friendly and so good to each other, I'd move there. I would. It would not be something where, much to do, since I've already pretty much did everything in that city, but I would still move there. Okay? So, that's it. Louisville, Kentucky. Surprisingly, I was there that one weekend. Wasn't really supposed to be, but hey, life isn't perfect. So if you're new to this channel, welcome. My goal, see all 50 states. And a total of 62 cities while I see these states. And give reviews of every city. Alright, you saw the information at the beginning of the video. I've done TikTok for video blogging. That's where all my video blogging will go to every city I've been to. So look me up on TikTok. Look me up on Instagram. Okay, where I take pictures of everywhere I go. And join my journey to all 50 states. Krazy Dom with a K. Signing out.